Good morning.
Good morning.
Please tell us your name.
My name is Lama Lodu, and nowadays people use as Rinpoche also.
Okay. His Holiness the Dalai Lama asked us to record your experiences so that we can share your memories with many generations of Tibetans, the Chinese, and the rest of the world. Your memories will help us to document the true history, culture, and beliefs of the Tibetan people. Do you give your permission for the Tibet Oral History Project to use this interview?
Kagyu Rinpoche 가서 rinpoche가 별 개발소와 아니 루주 된데 가서 다전랑 주치에다 되게 인터뷰 지에 근주 카페와나 신가서 야릭 비네리 벼리 비네리 지게 밀록죠 돼야 벼리 슝기 노주체도 아니 아주 딜라가 지고레스 빈자 아니 아주 초바디기 Tibet Oral History Project 네 interview chair 그 가래 조진 남규에스
디기레 다디 먼저 시기 권행의 신기함이 되는게 랍토게 말이 되는 거는 지당기에 내수당 취기권에나 디기레스.
Yes, I give permission, although I don't know much about politics.
Thank you for offering to share your story with us. During this interview, if you wish to take a break or stop at any time, please let me know.
Okay.
If you do not wish to answer a question or talk about something, also let me know.
드리오니 교갑나 투체나스 아니 버루라다 발생 보이나 수고나스 드네 드링아주 티버디 렌 카리게오에네 렌 잠모투나 렌 제투사 마레스 수고나스
So digirees.
We are honored to record your story and appreciate your participation in this project.
드리 댕아주 교갑나 데라 투체나스
Then welcome is.
Thank you. First, I'd like to ask you just some general questions then. Where do you live at the moment?
단단가 아리랑나 되게ores.
I live in United States right now.
Yes. In which city?
San Francisco,
Yes.
In San Francisco.
California.
And what is your current profession? What do you do?
내가 판다 rinpoche 가른 남규스
등간데 최기 권에 지게카 미카는 된 최기 권에 해 등가라양다 최냠내 됐지 밀라양한테 랍텐 됐지 최기 권에 그랑기 시바데 간톱 제기 대내겐티스
I practice dharma here in the United States and also teach my students in the United States.
Thank you. Where were you born?
rinpoche 과학부통이나
난 지사데 드종 레스 앤 드종 단다 룸데 데가라.
So I was born in Dejong in Rumtek. It's near Sikkim
In India.
in India.
In India. How old are you? What year were you born?
나 십주시니
I
직동의
was,
급제 십시니래 지인자도 다다다 되지 되니 나 지금 도래.
I was born in year 1942 and I'm 72 years old right now.
Thank you. What was your father's name?
니 아베 밍라 뱀바서.
My father's name is Pempa.
Okay. And your mother's name?
야모서.
Jamo, mother's name is
Jamo.
Jamo.
Are you a monk now?
나 타바 마리스.
Yeah.
And I believe you were a monk before for
나 로좁게 갑라 타바시 니슈 잡딩 잡게라 니 타바야. 일단 지게를 차니 소소 지부대 전디시 타바시에 깔락하고도 타바 멤버라 인도체네 야부면도 된가 타바 메시데 라마야시 되니 카톱송스.
I was a monk in Tibetan monasteries in Sikkim between the age of 18 and 27 years old. And since Rinpoche moved here, I moved here, I got granted permission to not to be monk at this stage.
Thank you. We will talk about your life in the monastery a little bit later, but can you tell me a little bit about your family? When you were growing up in Sikkim, were you brought up in a Tibetan family? Tibetan?
Tini ngana ya charsa changma dejong nere, dejong la tini ngana je shingada, baju da, da dogba da shingpa niga yinba che, tendeji ne chari ina ya nga nangla shira deyo mare. And
I was grown up in Denjong in Sikkim, and my family is nomad, and their parents are farmers and nomad, and most of the time I spent my life in monasteries.
Okay. Did you have brothers and sisters?
We have a lot of siblings, but right now only 3 of us survived. So me and one elder and one younger sibling.
You say your family were nomads. Did you travel with your family when you were young?
And the dog came mare, Gandu Shinkai ore, Shing Tan and then Paju Togere, Yang Shing Bai and Shing Lea Chegre, Kamba Pony and to Purgit over our maris.
We are not exactly like Tibetan nomad. We stay at one place and we do farming at one place.
Did you, when you were growing up with your family, what were your meals like?
And that nanglata Himaya Luchinjukopsu Kala Kando Savinas.
Kala and the Zamba Sagre, Tini Tozam Nezam Nika Sagre and Viola, Tini Manchi De Sagre, De Jones, De Lumbare, and De Mangut increase.
So we usually eat Zampa most of the time. Also, rice is quite popular in Denjong. We call it Denjong is a land of rice.
What did your family grow? What kind of?
Nangmi kari taku ore singala.
Kunju de Yargalan De Tagidu, Asham Tagidu, Gungal and Ne Tagidu.
Ne lana.
Ne is Zamba. Zamba do the Ne.
So we grow rice in summer, and then we grow wheat for Zampa in winter.
What type of schooling did you have? Did you go to Indian schools or Tibetan schools or?
Chungdugapsu lopra kande kuanangina, sja lopra doina, pyo lopra doina.
Pyogi left Anganzu Gamba Yore. The Ganzu Gamba de Karmapa Rigpe Dorjee, Karmapa Rigpe Dorjee, Gamba Tiri, the Gamba de la Nazu Nazan, the Jinda Securita, Tindi Indi, Tinga Gamba de la Chungchunga and Kazu Gamba de Yale, Gambala Dairy, Tin Gambal Dairy.
I spent my student life in a monastery started by Karmapa Rigpe Dorjee.
Guba.
Rigpe Dorjee.
9 Karmapa.
9th Karmapa. His son is 9th Karmapa. So I studied in that monasteries.
At what age did you begin studying in the monastery?
Lokaduila Gombala Lojunayam Kutuinas.
The Lochung long to Chilokonsuke, Trawa is a Ming Taisha in Zare, and get to Tulanga Dotu or Marigan in Gotsuri.
I was in monastery from the age of 5 years old, but started my study at 8 years old.
And if you were 5 when you went to the monastery and you lived in the monastery, did you see your family?
The Rinpoche Konglongala Gombala Shura, Dene Nangminyabu Shuguna Gomban Shugunas.
The Gombala Kronzo long capsule, the temperature Gombala Tire, Mingtari. Then Amatsala Loge to the Jari.
Yeah, at the age of 5, I was brought to the Gompa, to the monastery, but then I spent most of those times, I lived in his family, my place, with my parents and mother.
Gail, I think I adore it.
And at the age of 8, I went to the monastery and stayed there.
What do you remember of your life in your family, of any of the traditions that you kept up in your family?
Then 중간에 네 아버지 그런 메자리 라마 타바카에 말이 그런 게 아빠 네 보고 lama chirido lama lomdense se lama lomdense kon chuba ya win zare digi kandinge dingi phagende chula gavure chudo sumbane ya la ne kamde ya mangbu yor endi kangbon dengiri de 그 ngandu jijugo mari ngandu ya lang gore ngandu nyejugo mari ku ya de ngandu ya lang kom kamde den ju da manira den ju da 그 kuran mangbu 껴야 요래 ngandu de den ju ya lang gore da ni ku pure de 대 가족 주기 박자 약부도 나라 파마 아마 줄에 대바 요리 아바야 당 약부 요리 저디 중중간라 주기 박자 약부 야 도송 밤에 가든 게 앞에 가든 게
My father was a lay person and my grandfather Lama Lodu Rinpoche.
Were there any holidays or celebrations that you remember or practice?
Did you somebody at the Kongse the mixegi?
The Lozada which lane Peki Budashio, in our Shalidu. Timothy Shingbari, Mangchichu call holiday Shirai Omari.
Tibetan New Year is one that I remember vividly, and usually we are farmers, so we don't have so much holidays.
I understand. Was life a bit hard on where you lived? Or did you live on a farm? Was it?
미제 소학하고 요나스 신가라 되고 요나스.
저 신가라 나 데베가 로 중중데 나라 내가 싫어 요메 보고 중중을 와. 로게 내가 다산데리 싫어 마 용그 말에 용난 건조 낭게 내가 용비 값은 누구 제게 말에 야구 제게 배 기부려 then nala tazan nga dwe mangbu donyo karise nala ya bu yorwa en tazan la ko to gegen de su te se anjo pevelo su te tim tan te che de kadu na tu ko ran de dwe dore ni nge na da gyo ba ni ta ni wi
I led a very easy life in India in Sikkim because I was young when I was with family, and since I moved to monasteries I don't have difficulties. And sometimes when I'm in monasteries, I used to run to home because they treat me really well as a Rinpoche, as a Lama.
Your grandfather lived with you. Did other elders live with you?
Ngegi bobo de nge tongnyong mare. Ina bobo de lama re sale re. Tene da baba ge tene keji share ma do 보봉에 두 용말이 내 남중 다 되게 빠바래.
So I never seen my grandpa, but my father told a lot of stories about my grandpa, who is a High Lama as well, and through my father I came to know a lot about his grandpa.
Was there a community in Sikkim of Tibetan refugees?
단 배추 맛이 독돌라 싫어 요 말이 이나 배네 내거봐 망부 용그래 들이 용그마도 땡자 대해 송바다 망부 요르마도 롱바 대해 싫어 요 말이 엔테니 치즈 전주 배추 쉬나 대 배워 망부 요르.
Usually there are only few Tibetans in Sikkim, and most of them are traders. And especially during teachings, you will see a lot of Tibetans visiting from Tibet and other places.
What memories, before we talk about the monastery, do you have any favorite memories of your childhood with your family? You were treated very well.
당이 믹스기다 템바든데 가르데스 충두고서 믹스기 텐데야 된다. 난 미기다 자와 제 휴요라 오늘의 진짜 tembachi karadu slow chunju.
다 디갑스디 나 아마데 나라 야부지기레 아마라 가오에 아마투디 빼 지낭다지 가낭다 제기도 되게 야부도 되게 아빠도 양 팀 차버리 아빠 저시라 도마레 아빠 나라 유행한도 줄로도 되게.
So I usually love my mother because she's really kind and caring person, and I always stick with her. But my father is really strict and highly disciplined person, so I used to run away when he's at home.
Was your grandfather, who was the Lama, was it your father's father or your mother's father?
Yeah, father's father.
Father's father. Was your father, he was a lay person, but he was religious too? He got up at 3 in the morning?
그런 다른 나라에서 삼로 동는 거 메자스 이나양 최배 제행이 드리사닝기 제바티 줄에도 콩 자결이 삼삼도 다다 삼로 동안디 빼준리 침보를 줄라 가오지 그래.
Even though he's lay person, my father always practiced dharma, and when I think of it, it looks like he practiced more than practitioners of today.
Thank you.
디 배가랑 깔린 친구 인세 그런 디 아빠랑 같이 가게네 가르치는 그팀 당들어와 단다 삼로도 아빠 맨는 앞에 깔래가고 독자래서리 아빠 가르리.
I feel right now when I think back, I feel really indebted to my father because even though when I was a kid I was not so much fond of him, but now I realize he's a really great person, and without him I won't be what I am today.
Is there anything else that you remember from that early childhood that has helped you in your later life?
다 로춘주가 없고 다 템바 심반을 두에스 제가
다 자자나 마데고 저도 그러와. 저도디 앞에 바주 따져 그래. 바주 잘라 너고다. 바주 또 니마 차 잡았다는 데니 갈래 가고 땅 그래.
So every time when ran out from monasteries, when I come to home, he will, since I am not in the monastery, he will make me go look after the cows in his family. In the rains, when it rains, I vividly remember all these days.
It was a hard life.
딱 gembal에 트레이닝 영어로 와. 디 간주 깔래 가보다 깔래 강나나 샤르기 민두 그러잖아. 딱 gembal에 영 말에. gembal에 도에 빼 깔래 강나 샤르기도.
When I was kid, since when I ran from the monastery, away from monastery in the school, in the family, I don't feel any difficulties and hardship because I feel that I'm away from monastery. I feel it's hard in the monastery with the discipline and the studies. It's a relief for me to run away from there.
You say you run away from the monastery. How far away was the monastery from your home?
It's close 3 miles.
3 miles. And would your parents then take you back to the monastery when you ran away?
낭미기 밤하기 파 원발을 티두게나.
앞에 동그래. 되네. 다산에 다발랭가 용그래. 야게 땅그래.
My father will beat me up, and the monks from the monastery will come and pick me up.
Can you describe the monastery? How large it was?
bomba conditioner.
Then gamba rumtek gamba tere. Then rumtek gamba titi thaba ninja se yore. Then anju thaba di ngakbare. Gelong yomare. Gamba ngakba gambare.
So I live in Rumtek Monasteries, which is one of the big monasteries, and we have about 200 monks, practitioners in that monastery.
All Tibetan.
정말 배워래.
다들 배바 요리 대종 요리 멤버 Sikkim 메릭지 요 대 요리.
It's Tibetan member and Denjongba, from Eastern India.
And were you one of the youngest children there?
로충슈지나 공부다.
다 나로 개 값을 나를 중화도. 나를 중화도.
When I was 8, I see other younger than me in the monastery. When I first went to monastery at the age of 5, I don't remember much because I was so young.
And you were going for schooling between the ages of 5 and 8, but living at home. Is that right?
Even though I went to monastery to study, but between that age, I don't study much. I play most of the time with other monks, young monks.
Did you have your own room at the monastery?
Sometimes we get separate room, but sometimes we have to stay with other monks in the same room.
And did you provide your food and clothing, or did the monks provide it?
So our family and parents have to pay for the food and for the monastery. So our parents have to pay because we don't have any fundings from governments.
Was that a hardship? Was that hard for your family to pay for your schooling?
So my family is quite well off, so it was not a problem for us. They are really spiritual and religious family members, so they always supported me to study in monasteries and always taken care of me.
Can you describe the teachings that, what you remember from, because you were in the monastery from age until 28, or you began at 5, and then at 8 you began full studies.
So from the age of 8 years to 16, 17 years, I was in the Rumtek Monastery. And around 17 years old, when I was 17 years old, I left Rumtek Monastery. Around that time, I get the blessing from the former Karmapa. And later I was sent to study in Bhutan, in another monastery.
Karmapa Rigpe Dorjee tel Bhutan yor. And Bhutan la ta losum Bhutan la tangnari. Bhutan city ta cham. Metuya mere pe losum cham de tengde. Tanganju de nga sanga gi korne gizo gi lamren be nyamlen cheri.
So in Bhutan, for 3 years we have to strictly study Buddhism, and we are not allowed to meet anyone outside the monastery. and it's strict religious study for 3 years.
In Bhutan,
Bhutan.
at the age of 17. Before we talk about the Bhutan monastery, what do you remember about the monastery you first went to?
Tanga phe lo churu kapsula kama ba phe insare te phe ne teni nga teni ti churu chob din paru ji la yang nga real yang ta hu na jik de ri chung chung kapsula.
So around when I was 16 years old, former His Holiness Karmapa was in Bhutan, and later Sikkim. Oh, in Sikkim, and around that time I went. I practiced dharma up in the cave for a year.
Nga chung chung kapsula teni phamata lama de kari injiri and chula gavuchik da tidi nga chuba yakbo yembata.
So I think it's because of my great teachers, because I was very interested in studies in dharma, and I owe them my my religious and spirituality to my teachers.
Can you describe your experience in the cave?
No, but some should you continue us.
Yakbo ta du wa tidi kapsula nga lo chung na yang danda dabu mare danda le dagiri sangidu karsana cheji je sungchung na lo chung chung tende yore ten lama yabu yore ba ngalo lama di ka dingi tini che ma dos me samba che de dabu la di tini meji tuya yo mari so so chibure tini khala sadongi kangal yore da di zo le ma thuwa ji mi zo ne chilo te ongre samsam gola sha sha gre ting nga thui ma du ti gola sha sha gre nga thun thwe di khala de zu yan cha te da sim jeng gi se zo bai sa da yan thun thwe di sa gor ba ti ti sa ji di ni di ka ngal te zu chong re te chu me de ji na za pe du bu na re.
So by far it was a good experience for me, because I don't have anything to worry except to study, but only thing that the only difficulty that I face is food, because we don't know when the food will be there for him, because people will bring the food for me, and then sometimes animals will eat my food, and for that reason I was ill for some time.
It was a hard experience.
So I have tuberculosis, TB that time, yeah. So I have to leave the cave, and I was admitted to hospital.
How long did you stay in the hospital?
6 months.
6
in
months.
hospital.
Then doctor gi gomba na ma song then kama pe gi ta tha cha do shu song en do ja re.
Al gomba gi wana mare.
Ma de mengang gi doctor gi gomba na o mari. Kama pe ta choran dik du do shu song en do ja re.
So actually doctor wants me to stay for a little longer, but His Holiness Karmapa told me that you are well off, you are recovered completely, so you can leave the hospital, and I left the hospital.
And during your stay at the hospital, did you continue to study, to read?
Gomba also lobjun shi mare menga de lobjun shi rasu es.
Ta lobjun ngara peja da khu yore de se chere ma do menga na never mangu yore. Ta ta hu na de wa ju da wa na men du wa. Khala de sin ya hu de du.
So in hospital there are a lot of people around, so I don't study much, but you can. The thing is, even though it's not as peaceful as in a cave, but still I have a lot of food to eat. I became fat that time. And His Holiness Karmapa, by looking at my fitness and my bodies, he said, "You are fine, and you should leave hospital."
Before you went to the cave, when you were studying at the monastery in Sikkim, what text did you study, or what was the program that you were studying?
di capsula tangaran su 이게 돼야 내야 단테서 라 되니 차가 차래 동야래 torzo genzo 되니 참 티디즈 that is love 그러와 참제 차상 신기오 말이 다 탭자 this love.
So I learned reading, writing, also learned Tibetan religious dance. We call Tibetan called cham, and also I learned to play different instruments.
Which instruments did you learn to play?
Pretty much everything in the monastery.
Bells, other instruments, do you remember?
I also have to study texts, Tibetan texts, and we have teachers who specifically teach us dharmas.
Which school of Buddhism was this in this monastery?
For my parents, we are Kagyu practitioners.
Can you explain to me a little bit what Kagyu practice is?
Kagyu.
Simply.
Kagyu 산제기 숭 까라고 있었더라고. 규스디 된당 알아서 지 라마 찍니지 과지기 까데 지가 반 규네 규보 마냥 버지. 될라가 규스를.
So ka in Tibetan translates to the teaching of Buddha, and Ju translate to the teachings that is passed from generation to generation without break.
That's
Kagyu.
Then Kagyu de la tene zo de duba zo nang gres Kagyu. Duba se de che dubju. Sheju dan khag sheju shira la jong meje ba je. Rigbe chan de nyamleng tu no. Tene khor de duba de Kagyu ki zo che gres.
So the major portion of major practice of Kagyu is the Drukpa, which is practitioner, which is pure practice of dharma.
Sheba la zo che mari.
Sheba
zo che man, duba zo che.
Okay. So Shepa is I understand is theoretically, and Drukpa is practical, and Kagyu is more inclined to practical teachings.
Right.
Yeah.
Are there any particular rituals associated with?
당연히 그 ritual 망보 요래세. 그래서 그랬고 유대인하다 유대인 기도라양 그 ritual 가가 요래. 되니 뒤골라양 가가 요래. 뎀조라 가가 요래. 상디라 가가 요래. 그 망담인다 요래들라. 된 유대 사카인 뭐 디기 되는 ritual 요래와.
So we have different numerous ritual based on different occasion and different god, right? Deities. So they're different. Yeah.
Is this the tradition that you are teaching in your center here in San Francisco?
Then dilayang aron zo tendere roda rimba dengan duka ji rimba kai imbade tandanga zo labjong tegi ore. Then Loma de Zatien to Yamne Chegore. And to Kagyu, the Yingmal and Dechimbo Shirare, Ying make you among the Jungas Chegre.
So, yes, we basically teach Kagyu tradition, school of thought, and we also have a close connection with Nyingma tradition as well.
Then Kadamba, Dewa Chimbu.
So, Kadamba is another one we have a relation with. When we teach Buddhism, when we practice Kagyu.
Tizin Melare big Loma Gambuba second Tangbu Kadambari.
So Jesu Milarapa is one of the practitioner and who was the founder of the Kadamba.
Kagyu
Kadamba.
The Melare big Loma di Gambuba Siri.
So Milarapa's student is a Gombopa.
Gombuba기 당북공 까담바라 랍종 나르바.
Oh, so Gombopa the student of
Kadampa
is Gompopa.
Gompopa
Gompopa is the student of teacher of Kadampa.
Mari Kadampa ki lomar Kadampa ki jubar.
Oh, Gompopa is so students of Kadampa. They are the followers of Kadampa.
Teni Kadampa de jangazu Gompopa de melare be lomar ya. Te melare be lomar de indi Kadampa da naru Kagyu ba ni tele de yor. Gompopa be kabla de yor.
That's why Kadampa and Kagyu have a close relation because of this connection.
Chu chik de se tene chu ni den de yong di chik la de yong gen de Gompopa.
It's like two streams of waters converge
together.
Yeah.
Rinpoche, what throughout your life, what teachings of the Buddha have helped you the most?
다 rumbuche chu nangchu kita une pento wa chik karudo es chungsu es.
펜토바 대 낭부상기 추대 고대 야구시는 고대 야구 펜드기 주기 샤보시는 주기 야구 생도 그래 바르디 야구 랍전에 바르게 생기는 고주 상마 펜도 그래 대 가르서 그 산제기 숭라 되는배 수수 간에제나야 야부지 양당부지 소수 제나 주 간디네 펜도 그래
주
간디네 펜도 그래.
So Tibetan Buddhism is beneficial to your life, and like not just Tibetan Buddhism, any religion will be beneficial for your life, for your livelihood in day-to-day life.
Thank you. We live at the moment in a world of conflict and trouble. How do you think the Buddhist teaching can help us?
단 다르산 두절라 용다 슈요로 와이네 낭추 톤에 간데 펜토고이나
된 낭주기 쪼다고 저바 체미 따와 동닝이 살래 낭비셔티
간레로 수마한데
저바 체미에서디디 낭비주기 다 류가 이숨기 심진 지연라 처음에 봐 여범해 봐 되게 쪼우 땡겨래 저바디 따와 동닝이서디니 된다 소소 동반이기 되는데 하마고디 코라참니 되네 동안 용교래 되니 다 동안 용켄다 용주 동아다 열리 유진이가 동반이래스 된 따와의 동니래스 낭박 따와데
동반이라나 뒤로한다
emptiness
right. So in Tibetan Buddhism we teach of not hurting any sentient beings, not just human, but any animals, even an insect. So not hurting anyone is important philosophy of Tibetan Buddhism.
되네 류다 나다 이 숨각이.
We have from body, mind, and spirit. So all form of suffering can be avoided with Tibetan Buddhism practice. And other thing is emptiness. Rinpoche was saying the emptiness is one thing that's really important, that when you understand emptiness, then you will understand the essence of life, and you will have less suffering in this world.
단디 먼저 낭벽에 된 따와는 된리레스.
It's important part of important philosophy concept of Tibetan Buddhism.
Can you explain to me what emptiness means?
동반이디 가리이나
동반이 스디 직 가야 마셔 버시는 동반이 내일 하고라 요래. 대 동반이 십자지 시에고는 깔렉하고 싶으시오래.
So when you look at the emptiness, it feels like really simple, but when you really study it, it's really complex.
띵안주 다 유겐 덴델 기초 탐제 동니레스르레. 다 유겐 덴델 기초 탐제 동니스디 유다 겐레 중에 주 탐제 동반이 있습니다. 나는 저다 배나 가르세 그래. 유겐스디 interdependent origination 탐제 동반이레스.
So we describe interdependence origination as emptiness.
탐제 지글레 템바레스.
So everything is related, everything is based on cause and effect. Nothing is of its own.
Independent. And then tende indu 되니 ngaran je yuging teng bigi chu tamje di metak pares impermanent.
So these inter-Tibetans concept of religion is impermanence. So impermanence is one of important concept in Buddhism again.
tamje kaise derin yobadis ani yomaris ani but nani yomaris.
So impermanence is what you have today is not there tomorrow.
땡간주 엄마 보고 종종 임바스 되니 보딩 보체 단계 보지 시도거리 간주 메시드라 니마레리 신간주 교라로거리스.
So this continuous change in our life, in one's life, from kids to youth to elder age, different stages of life.
Then
Then at the end we die. So this is one of impermanence.
메딱바레스 되니 메딱바이 대 임비 겸증 카레스네 똥바니 임바데레스.
So this is the impermanence, and we call this impermanence because it's emptiness.
되니 메딱바 멤버기 템프디 쉬나 대 똥바니 마르와. 니 담바투 바르와. 담제 메딱바인디 똥바니레스.
Since it's impermanent, that's why it's emptiness. If there's no such thing as impermanence, then there is no emptiness.
땡간주 추라 다직 땡기 추 탐제라 메딱바 메바 쓰지 요마 가요 말이 탐제 메딱바레스.
So everything is impermanence. There's nothing in this world that is not impermanent.
되니 다 대인디 추 탐제 똥바니레스.
That's why every task ra chulana다.
파노모노.
No, so everything is impermanence, something related with the emptiness.
Can these beliefs help the Tibetan people today?
다디로 운수기 미말 배워 미말 펜토게나 사춘로 다도 분수단.
다도 똥니 곰현데 배 미만 나래 시라 여기 말해서.
다 똥니 곰니.
어.
Even in Tibetans, there are few Tibetans who practice emptiness.
카이에 다미 주바 카시에 디즈 망지슈 초가 차례다 텐델라 도해 카시에 양 빼저 리베 돌라 옌 도해 똥니 된다 곰 겐데 시라 겸부레스.
There are Tibetans practitioners who practice different concept, but there are very few who practice emptiness.
되니 나라저 다 디제디 디 베발라 디 똥니기 창마라 베바 창마라 펜도 깔카고 그래서 펜토야 돼.
So that's why I'm not sure if emptiness will help every Tibetans.
땡간주 똥니들랑 안저기 된담된 바세 그래. Absolute truth.
Absolute truth. So we call these emptiness as absolute truth. Yeah.
다야 안저 근접기 된 바세. Relative truth 지기 오래스.
So there is another truth which is called relative truth.
Relative truth.
Truth based on relativity.
The truth ni ore. Absolute truth da relative truth ni ore.
So one is absolute truth, one is relative truth.
The relative truth is 간주 팽겨오다. Relative truth is 안제게 숭으래 봐.
So relative truth is that really benefit us and
간주 배발라 팽겨오래. 배발라 다다 뚝뚝 팬데레스 되게.
So for the past many years, the relative truth is one that benefit Tibetans.
The relative truth dilla khariyoresina le gyude le khansa dan ti debu dunga dewi gyude gewi gyude dewata digbe gyude dunga yongya nganju bewa samjekya level yores.
So this relative truth is based on cause and effect. Whatever you do, you sow the seeds for next generation, for next life.
gewi gyude then dewa yong grace.
So good action will sow good seed, happiness for
then
you.
digbe gyude dunga yong grace.
And the bad action will lead to unhappiness and suffering.
띵아란주 레 윤데 카시기 이지 요 말이 카시 이지 요레스.
And the late Jumdela, the karma
Cause and effect. Karma is
Yeah, so this cause and effect and karma is something that many people doesn't recognize.
띵 군주기 다 이제 유나 메나야 유대기 토는 로 그랬어.
Even though you believe or not believe cause and effect and but there's no way you can escape from the truth, which is there is a cause and effect.
Nanzu mese kendela nga lo jamba che degri kibu che zubu debu che degi insi nanzu lo yu teni yore ba doba doba yena yang legi ongi nanzu gebu chagri legi ongi teni shi dogri.
Even though you want to be healthy without any suffering, even if you want to live long, but the truth, because of the truth and cause and effect, you have to die one day and you have illness in different stage of life.
That is le jude yobati tungwe ores.
So this proof is cause and effect.
Ti jedu teni le junde le yichi che ne le junde sungne le junde nyamso le na yagu ores.
That's why it will be beneficial to accept this cause and effect, so that you can benefit yourself.
Nanzu pebadi ngomane ti le junde le yichi te yores. Ti pengu ores.
So Tibetan from the past many years back, Tibetan believe in cause and effect, and that really benefited Tibetans.
Tinga nanzu da bugu chungchung gane teni ngaranzu ge 닝지 세켄직당 샤차 세켄직 간도 칼라 댕겨오래 아빠 엄마게 라고오래 보고 중중에 있는데 칼라 댕겨오래서
The 닝지는
it's a compassion.
So from the young age we are taught in such a way that we are taught compassion from the young age by the parents to the kids, and these are the things that benefited Tibetans.
tingam 잠바게 거네 loving kindness 되게 망부해 그래서
And love and kindness is one thing that benefited Tibetans, that is taught from parents to the kids. Yeah.
ting가런지 잠바 시디 심진 대화용 발라 심진 jen 대화용 발라 간주 이 되니 대화용 발라 가와용 바지 라 되니 잠바 쓰기 오래서
So loving kindness is about happiness
to other
la
미전달라
happiness to others is what
wish.
we call, the wishing to grant happiness to others is love and compassion.
진 닝지 시디 딩간도 심진 탐제다 동아메 바지 심진 탐제 동아레 대화데 간주 딜 라세레스.
So we were taught to work for the happiness, to eradicate the suffering of the sentient beings.
딩간주 파메게 라고오래 딩간주 보고 있나야 보고 줄러 되는데 이제 소화돼 요래 잠바데 인지데 되니 파마라 당간주 간주 벽이 간 꼴조서 말이 데 벽이 꼴조 쿠란한테 요래 gemba tazananda mijomba gemba yinanda chilu geje shena labdananda the le jude dan jamba ningji ki geje de mangbu shegire.
So wherever you go in Tibetan community, in school or in family or in any institution, we always talk about love and kindness and cause and effect.
And thing anju bebege ge la digi chu 균접 기 추에서 때라 데 균접 기 추에 데 베발라 펜바리 단다 펜신 버리.
And this part of Tibetan Buddhism concept and philosophy is huge beneficial to Tibetan even today.
Well, getting to today, the Tibetans are living in a very difficult time at the moment. Are some of these beliefs being threatened? Can you explain a little bit about that?
No. 단다 뒤주라 강이 제고라 변한다. 주도랑 뮤다들이 요 말이. 근데 rumpuche 가리 중에 나스.
다 산제기 틀레라 되네 제바 멤버레세. 산제기 틀레 들랑랑 저기 까투기 말했을.
So you can't stop the
activity of Buddha.
The
activity
of Buddha by any human beings.
되네 가지고 다다 가지고 때 자충충네 때나 베데 쇼르레 되네 베 주데라미 메바레 제디 되네 때저 각바다버리 세네 까토기 말했어.
At one point, even though Tibet was invaded and there is no freedom of culture or religion, even though there is a restriction, but it's not absolute,
impossible
not to practice Buddhism, not to stop the cultural preservation and religion once and for all.
띵난주 단다 삼로 도나 엄마 배에 간 요래 되니 배바데서 철로로 개갑 전달라 도긴 시라 요 말이 도두교 말이 지게기 면에서 별래야 시라 용두교 말이 벽에 되는 취배 장마 산지기 취 차창ዋ지 별래 요래 대 벽에 취디 철로로 도두교 말이
Because of geographic location of Tibet, and very few Tibetans can go out of Tibet, and the outsiders can come into Tibet. But Tibetan culture and religion was preserved in Tibet and was not able to pass it to other outside Tibet.
벽이 취디 취로 연도 마다시리스.
And that's Tibetan. In some ways, Tibetan Buddhism is unique from other culture and religion.
And in the ngomashene yugen tendes dindere yami nganjo de majiwaji phene su tembare and cholo le tene ngarajo me mangbo ta bewa deso lama mangbo keba mangbo su pe dende jedi ni phege chue de tene jigden zomblen kyabgyorta.
Although Tibet was invaded by China and we have to flee Tibet, but the benefit is we can get out of Tibet and to see and meet different people, and we can teach Tibetan dharma to the outside world.
Tintada tene ngarajo gegap damenda ki merik damenda ki phege lap be labjong che tene nganju ta American la chaja ne ngarang ngo himba the American mi mangbu yore tezu labjong yagu chene chue shegu ne ngale ta gres.
So because of things that happens in 1959 and the occupation of Tibet, it gives us opportunity to come to the outside world and to come in contact with outside world and able to teach my students. And these Westerners, non-Tibetan students, they learn Tibetan language and Tibetan dharma, and some of them even practice better than myself.
They
know really good. They have good information and good knowledge on Tibetan Buddhism. So the one thing is at this stage, in this difficult period, the benefit is more people around the world have learned Tibetan Buddhism and benefited more humanities. So we have to thank Chinese government
for spreading their beliefs.
Yeah. So one of the important part of Tibetan Buddhism is to have compassion to your enemy. So even though Chinese communists is our enemy, but we have to feel compassion towards them. Even though they force Tibetans out of our wish to leave Tibet and flee Tibet, but in a way it benefited Tibetan people and outside world.
I believe you came into contact with some Tibetan people who were suffering when they left. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Senju da Rinpoche and da page denjong la shuju la Sikkim la. Ani senju mang which pera dinde sini kunzu khandes kangi khade thedues.
Diri nga lo judu daure inaya nga lo chung re de inaya kanga la to hajin seme ba du ngarang mik thongson deni pöne pa pöne ma yonggen de zu kashi gebu gemo yori deni gebu gemo de zu 다니 zubu 교부리 디토라더니 차랑 마냥 뭐지 하장기 나 teni satung dizu machu teni kange mangbutu mege ya mafe ba mangbu shiwari ay mangbu naza nane dunga nyori dizu nge mek tongsong.
So during Chinese invasion, after Chinese invasion, I witnessed a lot of Tibetans, even really old elder Tibetans, who have to go through immense suffering when they came to India as a refugee, and many of them have to face problem with the weather changes, with the extreme heat in India, and then the food problem, then this medicinal problem. So these many Tibetans died over there in Sikkim, and I witnessed all of this suffering.
Kashi naza peme yuring punna dunga nyang nyong de tenge mek tongsong.
Some of those Tibetans have really they suffered illness for a long time, and they have a really hard time at those times. I witnessed the sufferings of these Tibetans.
Tinko는 저 샘기 도나 랑기 파마 파유를 류송아 보고 파 파유를 류송마 되네 신강데서 파야 류송마 디기 되는 샘라이 동아 지라요리 에 류라이 나자 침부요리.
Not just these physical hardship, but they also have mental and emotional, psychological sufferings, because they have left their families and their belongings, their village, and they fled Tibet. So they have both emotional and physical hardship sufferings.
람가라야 강갈 침부제는 용리. 되네 잠네 마슈기 대ong기 요리. 눈네 강한 침부요리. 되는 류라 겨야요 말이 칼라사야요 말이 가시 람가라 망부 시어리세. 타롱겐데서 never 전에 발레 말이세.
So these Tibetans have to go through a lot of problems and sufferings and hardship when they cross into India, and Chinese armies are following them from back, and in the forward they have huge mountains and snows that they have to pass through, and even when they reach India, many of them are really poor and really sick, and it's really a horrible situation at that time.
되네 디갑슬라 그런저 규둔바데슬라엔 되네 다네 메리 육사요 말이 사동나야 투보요 말이 규둔바 망부데슬라 동아 텐데라 녀리.
Similarly, the monks at that time they don't have monasteries to go to, and they also had a lot of sufferings like lay people did.
망치쇼 그런저 되네 gelon데서 gelon 파 Kalu Rinpoche this 그래서 강한 침부 중님마도 좀 말했어.
So many of these monks can't remain as monk. They can't practice Buddhism.
로 중중디솔라양 그런저 사동라 그니 강을 싫어 민두 트도도 건져라. 이내 셈발라 동아직바리. 건조에 나라다 파마르디오레 빈자르디오레. 파마 사상 미산 사상 내줄 용도 수지요 말이. 그래서 가시 아빠 로사리 아빠 집을 레옹리 가시 아마 집을 레옹리 가시 보고 집을 레옹리 근데 제디 그런서 로제 중 장말라 셈기 동안에 직발했어.
Even these monks have emotional and problems, because it's like any Tibetans, they also have to leave their families and parents, and some of their parents and relatives died in Tibet. So even the monks have a lot of suffering emotionally.
땡고 로젠디 속이 안줄라 그런 저기 람가기 강갈 망부시기도 시에는 거기도 없어.
And many of them told me the stories about the hardship they have to go through, the suffering they have to go through, and many of them cried in front of me.
엔 가시 안줄 뭐시 받대서 트웬이 양자야 별로 도겐스 도레.
Some of Tibetans relatives and I know they went back to Tibet.
이내 건조 람가래야 마음이 종 자가 마음이 종 수록돼.
But then they were stopped by Indian police at the border, and they sent back to Sikkim.
든디지 단 강에 망보충으로 디갑슬라 당가라야 믹통으로 되는 거야 디테나 요래.
And I witnessed all these when I was there in Sikkim.
This was when you were in the monastery in Sikkim?
Didi nga Sikkim rande
Yes.
yoris.
That time I was at monastery in
The
Sikkim.
monastery.
And digo nesu kyobu tende thong di nga raya thakula doya ditire.
The one of reason I went to cave is because of after seeing these suffering that I decided to go to cave.
Yes.
Tin dungal de nga ranzo twene thaya gi re mindu chui chegu dus something doris.
I realized the sufferings that you have to face, that you can't run away from. So I decided to practice dharma and go to cave to practice.
Could you describe your life in the cave? You were on your own? You were studying with candles, with electricity? How?
Yo mari tindi.
No.
No electricity.
No electricity.
Tinga lama za simbu yore kong pegiri thakula chu sunga.
So I have one learned teacher who would visit to teach me dharma.
Tini ngi khala de den takpa tekin yo mari.
So I don't get food every day though.
Te cham mezu nga de yore se kaji kung re se.
Sometimes people do deliver food.
Nga de la yore samne. Tini kabre ne tini kondu je do yoro.
Sometimes they don't know I was there, and I don't get food sometimes.
What about water? Did you have enough water to drink?
Chen lang ne tini chu bucket simbu ka nyo kompa jane pa do chu ngara si sha.
During night time, I bring a bucket full of water for myself.
What was your daily schedule? What did you do every day? How did you live?
Nima ta pagela.
Tang anji tini jedi tat tunsam se di anji ni tunsam yore. Tun damya de chuchu sumba ne duba chile. Shokbe sumba ne duba te tu chig yore. Chig dam gre. Sumba lang go dam sa de duba tuk tu lo de gre.
Chandu.
Tak 참자 che gre wa.
Tam.
Tini yang ta duba ne chudor tong da mangu che yore che ne tini ta tinde je dumba dinda chaga tinde le yang chara tung ta yuen tung gre men tung ma wa. Ti tu pa jang ji yore. Ta geba ne chik che di chudu juni tuk tu de gre.
So I get up at 3 and practice between 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. Then between 6 to 7:30 I have tea break. If there is tea, then I can get to drink tea.
Te meni ngara study che gre.
Otherwise, we do something. Yeah, I'm by myself, so. And after 8 to 12, then I again practice dharma.
The juni ne ta to te he ne ti sagri to te he me ne juni la ya study che di.
And 12 noon, if there is any food to eat, I can eat. Otherwise, I continue studying.
Then tangbu ne ya sum pa tu dam gre.
This another session is from 1 to 3 p.m.
Then te sumba ne ya tini suga sumya yore. Suma suya yore tini ya tuba ne da geba tu dam dore. Guba tu dam dore.
So 3 to 5 we practice, we study spirit, right?
Mahakala, protector
Mahakala. Then after that, from 6 to 9, again we study
meditations.
Yeah.
Guba la nyegre.
And at 9 p.m. we go to bed.
And yes, my question was also about where the cave was. Was it up in a mountain, or was it far from the monastery?
Not far from monastery. In the monastery there, but I have to go a little down, and then there is jungle, big jungle. So I have some cave there.
Right. I wanted to ask you, have you ever visited Tibet? And if so, how many times and when?
The pöla lo jaru lo lang go ta ma de jaru wa en jaru ne long am me ne do yin se pöla.
From 1986 I went 5 times
Lo relation
every year.
Te ngi dalan gyamba ji jare kam lo gyamba ji jare.
And I built a monastery in Kam in eastern Tibet.
Ting an ni garang ge chai lama ting ge gyamba re sung re tak pu che re sung re.
So that Gompa belongs to Rinpoche
ngarang chai lama ki sung sung se
from his teacher. Teacher told that this monastery belongs to Rinpoche.
ti nge ti inja che nga ya do gyamba ja re
That's why I went to Tibet a few times to build a monastery.
tini dendi che re se
And what did you notice about life in Tibet when you went?
ta ngara chira chu tu che o mari ngara pa gyamba dazang la roba te che gyamba di jap konzu chu she ro ze chu de te ze she song tini ti ma do yeng ngi sa mi
So I don't have so much to say about this, but I went there and built monastery and did taught some teachings to Tibetans over there.
ti yen tawa ni ja zu du se
There are about 200 Tibetan monks in the monastery.
ti re ta
This is it.
At the moment, we've been hearing in the press about self-immolations among young people, young Tibetans. What do you think about this?
Nisha pyo tan ne tan duwa ji la imang bu ji message tang dus tike la khar chwa chung se.
ta ngan zu nangba song je gi meri nangba san je gi chu na la ni ngan zu tel jor gi milu rim bu chi se ken di thola ta hi ma re se milu di dan dan ba che ko re sung yo re se
In Tibetan Buddhism, we consider human life as very precious, something that you don't want to waste it.
milu ta ki bu rap ding thama sum yo re ki bu rap ki bu ding ki bu thama mesel kanza me
Oh,
ta
stages of three
me
different
rap
stages
me
of
rap
life.
se me yaga chi
Oh.
ding chi le me thama chi
So we have this three different kind of human beings, quality wise.
re re
Best person, the medium person, and the worst person.
ta mi lu kyo sho de la yang rangi karse kore che di chen to la digba pang gyawa drop ten su na me gyawa ja chen butong den de che me se de la pembe che tu che gen de la ta thama me thama de resel mari ngan ju ta so so ki tenda
To oneself, to benefit oneself
se de la
for this own life, for this very life,
digba pang
to
Digpa.
dispel
Sins. Teni digi ngara ju dunga mi yong bi gyong kore
This is one root cause of not feeling any sufferings. And
teni ngan ju gyawa dub ti gyawa dub na gyawa ki dewa yong kore
to earn omens in your life, which result in good
virtues
life, good rituals.
virtues good deed
Good deeds brings good happiness
Ti-
in
ti de
your,
la
this
yang.
own life, this very life.
se de la yang kora se ringwa ne me ba samden du ba ten de yong yo re
This very life, you get happiness,
se ringbo
long life,
teni samden
and
du
you
fulfill the your
fulfill
wishes
all wishes.
ti te ngara ju mi thama de ki ten de che to kore
This is thing that most lower level of human can do.
ten che kore te mi ne ten de che ya de la be ngara ju mi thola ta ya min du wa ya
For that reason, you can't, waste your life. You can't, because it shows how much precious one's life is.
Then that me ding de la ina yang tekba chi chung lam la ju ba de koran zu gi rang gi che du dikba pang teni rang ta da nyomong bo pha rang ma gi le bi nyomong bo de zu pha me ba tang teni da jing le trone da jom be ko bon top to ba zo ge ore this is that ding race
Next, Jamati.
ta jimade tekba chim bur wa tekba chim bur sa je top to ge ro tingi chi su la ko te sam hin
So the middle level and another higher level. Higher level is where you attain Buddhahood to benefit others' sufferings. And the middle level is where you
택바충 테라바든 쓰리와
Theravada Hinayana, which
콘주기 소소소소게 녀몽베 다진이 메바땅 소소 다좀 비고번 톱토교 산제 말이.
so one who practice dharma to attain
Arhat.
nirvana
nirvana
for one's own benefit.
티 소소 녀몽보 파시 소소 양 다좀 비고번 톱토바디 조토교래. 티 딩들이.
And this is the middle stage, and the topmost stage is where you attain Buddhahood to help sufferings of other humanity.
That tizu the 타마데다 베 덕쇼디 니 심진라 잠바다 닝지 곰 데니 란데라 추고 인도 귤 젠던라 주고 남니기스 틴레 윤메셰 바텐데 주비 산지기 고모 톱톱바디 난주 밀리텔레텐 톱톱그레스
다딩아 주투마스
다딩아는 저 란데 추고스기 랑기 된라 랑 산지 토바르와 영기 된라 데니 잠바다 니지고네 심징게 도된데 윤메셰 바 짠에 논스톱 챤에 심제 펜토 같은데 요토 되네 난주 밀리딕 톱게레스.
So in one's own lifetime, you can attain a Buddhahood to help other sentient beings at this very lifetime.
진짜데 난주 밀리딕에 든리지 림바치 토야 요리 든 디가즈 라미에서나 미파르체에서 소소소 메바탄나 빼메 톨라탄.
So because of that, it's really it shows how much valuable one's life is, and it's uncalled for to kill, like in this case,
Kill yourself.
to kill yourself.
데니 가란저지 데니 코란저 든리지 라미 조겐디 정말 로충중으로 있는 와서.
And these all Tibetans who self-immolated are young Tibetans.
딩 건주데 브란데한 루프토켄데 데니 기부 딩기 레가데 제도그리 타마 레가데 제도그리 데 산지 고본토버 쪽도 규바한데 용도 데 림바스음 간디는 직 제도그려 봐.
So they can fulfill any of these three, stages if they are alive.
데 데제디 가르제디 다디 나란제디 딘리 제네 라미 존네 벼랑쟁치 톱나도 와야. 데니 지다 랑쟁 톱야 깔래 가고 와.
So other thing is, if you burn yourself, and it's quite questionable still whether we will attain our freedom and independence through this action.
데 랑쟁 톱나 마돔나야 소소 라미 저디 랭에 바사리 쿠란 끼와 치말라 밀리 토고 말와.
So with this through our Buddhism beliefs, once you kill yourself, you will not attain human life, rebirth in next life.
데 랑쟁 메토바다 누종리 라니 소소 질로 치말라야 밀리 림부지 메토바디야 데 교원 규보로 바드니.
So it doesn't benefit oneself and the cause.
Did you see the self-immolation in Sikkim when you were? That didn't exist before.
Sikkim 개갑 중중리.
No.
미 몸지에 여기 말이 닛 고만용 된대.
Sikkim is small city, and there's only 100 Tibetans, 100 people,
100,000
people. So I don't heard anything about self-immolation in Sikkim.
다 등산이나 메시하고 말어. 가르진 등산 TV다 뉴스다 가서 가는 로기오리 전다 제기도서 직 제작 들어왔더니 야 제기 유지래. 미 전바스 견데 삼로 동 메신 벌어. 다 TV는 근데 제대로 그 파워에 사는 거다고 가 파워 제고 삼 근데 제기 유지를 봐.
아니 티와 뭐라지 되게 간다선다. 근데 미라 근데 수수 가진 메라 당겨 나스. 다 근데 수수 속 우리 당고에 좀세 가이나 가르스 공부됐어.
최 마시 봐 인지를 봐.
최 마시 봐. So tagi land robrani.
되게 다 최디 마시 봐자. 데 소소이 멜루름 부치다 펜박 카드에만 하마고 봐지. 데 펜베 돌라 롱로스 소소 데 페제 마당만시 엔텐데지 내가 텐데지 민체기도 제작의 인지리 디나네네 주시게 라마티스 야부 메아이나 간다이는 지긴지로와 마도 제발라 다 ngaranzu기 랍중 집에 취나라 소소 라미 줘야 돼 텐데지 취나라 요 말이 되니 소소 밀리 톱선에 밀리 디베 sabza chene tene chi chene ma to che bala tene tene ji kha su me la par ti so se shan tene ha jang ge yong burar.
So yeah, as I said before, Tibetan consider human life as precious, and we don't want to waste human life, especially killing others or taking one's own life.
And this is a message you would like the Tibetan people to hear.
And the ma dende ji phyo na la yi sungya kuzula de de she kyungyu nas.
Chik jene beba mangbu ji counter sagir di.
It may hurt Tibetan sentiments if I say that.
당간조 beba mangbu ji ranzen go se gyor wa.
And many Tibetans wants freedom and independence. They fight for freedom.
Ti da ranzen la ngogol chene rami zo ken de konzu ranzen go ken de zu pe me ya bor se gyor. Pau da pamar in sig do.
So many people consider those as martyrs.
Tene chedi tene koranzo ranzen go se ken de zugi ngegi tene lawa de la konzu gogo yi mare. Inangan konzu lo gagwa jawa mare ngaran chugi tu ne chugi ne zu sheri.
But this is not my personal opinion, not condemning their act, but I'm just describing what Buddhism taught us.
Why do you think the young people are doing it?
가르친다 된데 속을려나 송수 되나.
또 그마 로망부지를 된데 요 말이. 지수 레레 니니게 직직제 니지제 디바로랑 안주기 줄로를 헤메딕서 보우다 파머게 망부자 다디 보우다 파머 인지리스네 메 로중 삼메 디수기 제대 멘토.
So it was new form of protest in recent years. It's not happened in the past. And then after one people did it, then I think other people follow it.
Around that chilula and get down and bow the palmer is the shivuji getting to and then to get it then and to bow bomb check with some mental.
And it could be when outside Tibetans outside consider they act as a heroic, and maybe it also encouraged them to burn themselves.
Are there other things you'd like to talk about?
chimba sungye de le de wa rumbuche ni sungye yo de dues
tanga chene ngaranju peba be nyungnyung re 제디 되네 장맹기 야와 탐지 캠베 깔 지네 되네 깔 지네 되네 대바는 매바체 내가 당도야 배바데 줄라 되나 약부 두요리 다루냐나 두기레스 대삼기도 공사초라.
So my message is I want Tibetans, I like Tibetans to really follow what His Holiness Dalai Lama advised us to in daily life, to be fulfill his wishes. That will benefit all of us. In the past, his teaching, his advice helped us gain a lot of benefits, and in the future too, it will benefit us if we listen to his advice.
Kongi tene Rigpe Dorjee labjong hajangi thombo na yore tene koranzu ta nyamlengi thona yang kong ngenji zumjul nganye patendre res ti konzo rikshe de ngenji nige thone zigne kalop nana di thone sungge ore tene jedi ngaranzu di thola iji changma chene kundi ji sungka rubya de kejen redus.
So His Holiness Dalai Lama is the human embodiment of Avalokiteshvara, the Buddha of compassion, and he is a learned scholar, and he have a lot of wisdoms through his practice, and we should follow his advice and his teachings to benefit everyone. And his teaching and his advice will not take us to wrong direction.
Teni kong kuzi shape tembala ngaranzu loma ta meser de tsugi kongi tamsi yagu sungna kong kuzi tengires. 대 간주 담지 마송나 권제 구절라 발제 진부용 그랬어.
So for His Holiness to live long, it relates to us. It's up to us. If we listen to His teachings and if we practice what He preach, then He will live long and will benefit all of us.
대마임 비양 가가지 제되나 간절로 짬하시바 망보용 그랬어.
And if you go against His teaching for Tibetans, then it will have a lot of bad impact on our own society.
되니 군든 구슬라 발제 용그랬어.
It will even hurt his life.
되니 ngaran 저 되니 지원디 되니 다 군든 구슬 샤베 땡기들라 계제리 대템베 육하르고레스나 ngaran 저 담시고 장먹고레스.
So it's important for every Tibetan to have His Holiness Dalai Lama live long for our own cause, and one of the major reasons for him to live long is to be united and be close to one another and help each other.
담시 장마.
담시는 가능.
사마야. 다그 산스크리트는 사마야에서 commitment.
Commitment.
Pure commitment.
Pure commitment. So Rinpoche talking about the pure commitment to be given to His Holiness Dalai Lama's words and wisdoms.
Have you yourself met the Dalai Lama?
His Holiness?
Dalai Lama 군디네 뒤거기 안 죽는 시자레세. 송지 망보시는 내 페레. 에나 페레. 내 슈. 등나 빠르요레.
I received teachings, Kala Chakra teachings 5 or 6 times before, and His Holiness even visited here and blessed this center.
등고망아 제주 대마임 파지요 대나 페레.
His Holiness also came to other center that we used to have before and blessed all of us.
이 군딩이 가나이나가 이제 직소나 학부를 그때도 송 남자 차도 주고 그래.
So whenever His Holiness sees me in a crowd, His Holiness recognize me and he points me right away.
그때 난데 그때.
Oh, he is here. He's here.
그 송그레세. 이 군딩 두 여기면 너가 장바 제자리. 템버 제자는 두 여기면 너가.
So once His Holiness meet you one time, he will always recognize you.
등가 양 군디라야 doctor 다 lawyer 다 scientific 방법 트레이닝한 로직야 인터뷰라 짜뇽.
So one time along with Tibetan along with American lawyers, scientists, scholars, we went to His Holiness own private residence.
등가도 인터뷰 약부터 없어.
To do some interview and discussion, and it went really well.
등가 다 군디 나랑 경외네 다 담시 장마다고 인 대인나가 좀 메팔버리 마릭버리 되니 다 간다이 미시마도 나란도네 제 군디를 대바유.
As far as I'm concerned, I have full commitment, dedication to His Holiness Dalai Lama.
이내가 메팔버리 있어.
But
그런 ordinary 이르바 제디되네 장망이 간다지 장마 간다이 하고 말와요.
But I still consider myself as ordinary human being, so I don't know how far I can be service to His Holiness Dalai Lama.
I believe His Holiness is also a very modest man as well. And very, yes.
단단한 별로 가진 친구 인도인이라 되는 지금 좀 링라다 단다 되는 줄루카 창맥이 잡네요 리서들이 되는 라마리스.
His Holiness Dalai Lama is not only a kind of protector to Tibetan people, but also he works for the benefit of whole humanity around the world.
군들랭아 대바 예. 창말한 대바 제대가래 가고도 봐.
라.
군들랑라 대바 예스라 봐. 창말한 대바 제는가래 가고도.
I have deep faith and reverence and dedication, commitment to His Holiness Dalai Lama, but I can't do that to everyone.
여왕 까마바랑 대바 예스.
I also have deep reverence to dedication to His Holiness Karmapa, the head of the Kagyu sect.
You said you went to Tibet for 5 times, and you have not been back since.
So Tangmangas Pera,
Oh, really?
Vijela Peunas.
Dorjee Majung, Ngana Tewak.
I never been there after last visit. Many experience.
Would you like to say why, or why you have not been back?
Ngana Tewak Shimbu Yorewa.
I'm quite busy.
Me Gaburi, Takpam,
I'm old, so I can't visit quite often.
Right. How did Rinpoche come to America? How did you get here?
Rinpoche adil khande peinas khanji phekwa jumje khaina sisha.
Nga really young Jumsen the Kalu Rinpoche Kongma de Gambala de Yore, did he? Then in Kalu Rinpoche Kongma Kundula, Ari Ming Mangbole, Shuki. Chuchi Mangbo Lene, then it Tizuki Kalu Rinpoche, Chigala Dendenshu, and Chigala Dendenshu, Tin Konge. Lama Mangbo, young Lama Mangbo, Chuzo Mangbo, Zu, Tendiche, then Chizu Kalu Rinpoche Pa Penny, then Nga Rose, Arila. Then he Nga in Yupa Karmapa from Dig Tavare, then he Kalu Rinpoche Karmapa Lishu, then Karmapa Ngalakana, then Kalu Rinpoche and Karmapa Nigi Nataya.
So Kalu Rinpoche was here in Western countries for a long time, for many years, teaching his dharma followers, and then he built a lot of monasteries and centers, dharma centers, and then when Kalu Rinpoche went back to India, and he have conversation with his own is Karmapa, and that's how two of the spiritual leaders sent me here to United States.
I believe you were also in Europe at one point.
Tangbunga Europe,
I was in Europe before.
Were you teaching?
Denmark, did you teaching the game machine?
That time I was in Denmark and I don't speak English.
No, then the vacation can Yomari.
And there's no one who can speak Tibetan and translate me.
Then in Koranji, then church right here Yomari.
So I can't really teach in Denmark.
Denmark zoo like Simjendwa.
I'm like a zoo in Denmark. I'm like animals in those zoo when I was in Denmark. Everyone come to see me, watch me. But I can't communicate with them. And they'd never seen Tibetan before, and especially with the Tibetan monks' robes, they see it in different ways. They are quite amused.
Right. So you feel more at home, maybe in United States?
Sweden and do, yeah, Sweden there. Sweden get there's a lot of get the then there.
So I went to Sweden and I spoke Sweden a little bit.
Thing ala Norway name baby Puguji, Kedu.
So I have a Tibetan from Norway who was helped me as translator at
the co nge pege cookie the Swedish get the
So because of this guy in Sweden, I was able to do some teach some dharma in Sweden.
Loma ya boda chungsung.
And I have a lot of good students over there in Sweden.
Did you around Taba the kind of got him as on Taba, not Taba got him as on. Got in Taba loaded.
So that time, Rinpoche was not a monk.
Tikapla.
At that moment, at that time, yeah.
Then he can do Karmapa Kalu Rinpoche, the Karmapa Nigi, Arilando also, then Sultans.
So at that time, Kalu Rinpoche and his son is Karmapa asked me to go to United States.
Think Antene that then you don't to level tennis on Tanda to the Nayor.
That's how I ended up here in San Francisco in 1974.
Any more questions from the team would like to ask?
Did you notice anything after the Chinese takeover?
He's talking about Sikkim. So any changes in Sikkim?
Sikkim ji beba marwa.
Mare.
Be sacha mare. Sikkim ni geka ba.
Sikkim nang la juwa khar to.
Oh, Sikkim na.
Juwa thong im na, juwa den siswes.
Ah, ta Sikkim na la jaga jung sung job yo ya. Jaga jung ma gar che jaga jung dang jamini tu ko mang bu ja re. Be chu shor san ne yang jami gi tin na tu la ne ma den jong ni san cham la tin ne tu ba mang bu ja ba re. Di capsule nga ta gun de capsule tu ba ja phim ba re.
At that time, there is a huge confrontation between Chinese and Indian government, and they have border problems, border issues. Soon after Tibetan's independence was lost, at that time, there's a lot of military confrontations going on.
Drenjo rang la di capsule rang zen re. Drenjo kurang ge kap chung chung ji cha de re. Jaga ge sa ja ma re ti.
That time, Denjong, Sikkim now, is independent nation that time.
Gyabu yo re, gyamu yo re.
They have their own king and queen.
The gyamu de American de New York na re. Gyamu de.
New York.
Oh, mura New York na re.
The queen is from New York.
Te cheri karso go New York ki gyamu de le chan ne den jagar te lo ma de cha so. American ge lensari de gyagap chung chung de sam de teni konsu jaga ki chu len sha ro.
Since the queen was from United States, is American women, then Indian government was little upset and little disturbed. So that's how they started taking over Sikkim as part of India.
Then dinju tenji lola Sikkim shore jagala shore.
So in 1971, Sikkim became part of India.
Ting homa ya jaga ki jami chu yong ma chu ken jaga re jaga ka de re.
Yami yong ma chu.
Yong da de jaga ka ro ba shin de jong kurang la ma mi yong ma re on jok chu re ba. Ina jaga ki ka de ne za yong ma chu re.
Even when Sikkim when Sikkim was independent nation, it's Indian military force that protected Sikkim from Chinese invasion.
Then it's so Korosu Jami Chala Ma Jab, then Gehab the Yabuji Jari, then American game the chance of jobs, I did any column Madewaji, Konsukalu Kalisajari.
So before there was a good relationship between India and Sikkim, but after the Sikkim emperor had this American woman as queen, then Indian government was little difficult situation, and they started taking over Sikkim.
In
1971, Sikkim became part of
Indira Gandhi capsule
during Indira Gandhi when she was the prime minister.
That is Narangi Samjari Madu in Gemu di American Yimbadik in the Chebaina, Koros Yanda Junse Yanga Hakumari.
But I don't know what, besides that American woman as a queen, I don't know if there's other reason why they invaded
Narangi Kubagi Nam Samjatende Yongidusi.
That's my belief, my understanding.
Your father was a farmer, an agricultural person. Did he immigrate from Tibet, or he'd always lived in Sikkim?
So my parents live in India from long time.
For a long time.
My grandfather is from Tibet. But my father looks like my father was born in Sikkim, Denjong. And my mother is Sikkimese, native Sikkim.
But even though you said there were not very many Tibetans in Sikkim at the time, but there was a big monastery of Tibetan.
Every culture is culture is this is a Kampadang Lasa gave Dao Mandajiro Madge Jigbari. Tini Sadan Tungtan Sang Pebarari.
So all this region along Himalayan ranges, they all practice Tibetan culture and pretty much Tibetan religion. And even though they speak kind of same language, even though there's different variation in dialects, but they speak mainly Tibetans. And there's the same calligraphy, Tibetan calligraphy.
Interesting. That's why in the monastery there were Eastern Indians as well, then you said.
Tikapsula
Yes,
nganju monastery la Indian yongjo mare yongjig
No.
mare.
Well, at that time, we don't allow Indian to come to our monasteries.
Nanzu in yagal chipal sigrika chipa.
Chipa.
Chipa sidi chipa nangba sidi nangba sanje rewa chipa sidi nanzu nangba member.
That time we call Indian as Chipa, which is not which
Outsider.
is non-Buddhism.
Out yeah non-Buddhist.
Non-Buddhist, non-Buddhist.
Again the tazang that inji yaga tawaza hyomar.
So we don't have any Indian monks that time in our monastery.
Tik anju koran ju anju mix check mare.
That time we don't mix with outside.
Tik kunju de anju donggen na yongcho mare. Song jamne songlam na ma do donggen na yongcho mare.
So that time Indian can do trades and pass through the routes, but they can't they can't enter the town and the monasteries at that time.
City village la yongcho
And
mare.
city and villages, they can't go to cities and villages.
Are there things about the Himalayan region that you miss here in the United States?
Ngoma chung chung la there's a miss dos.
La.
Ngoma chung chung kapla.
I miss those when I was childhood memories. I have a lot of
Danda
childhood
samlo
memories.
tong di so ki chu ya bo chen kana yang jesa du. Chu jesa ya bu yun ne kai miss che min dos.
And now at this point of life, if I have opportunity to practice dharma, I don't miss anything now.
Ta nge gi ta changma nang gi family se na yang da thobu thomo se na da nyamle chu che ya de ga bo du. Ta ge bu wa.
So I feel happiness having the opportunity to practice dharma here in United States.
When His Holiness left, had to flee Tibet and went to India, was there discussion in your monastery about that? What was the reaction? Was there an influx of monks to your monastery? What happened?
Fair.
When it's upele do Canada, do combato wala Sikkim le nizu kharat west do any kusho da that zenju mangbules west nizu kharat khos west twes west.
Ta di kapsula ngoma ne ya ju beba thare thore yonggido. Den tizo konju bela ma yore kale khabu du so kin den de yonggido. Jida beba mangbu yonggri di kapsu beba manda wa sine mangbu yonggido. 배 강을 여본다고 이제 망보 용기도 되는 게 지시에디 건조 별 많이 오래서기도 되네지 로직 다와드로스 되네 중송스 디치스 되네 된 영화 까마바 패그레스 간주 변발라 까마부터 간주 까주 변발와 까마바 패그레스 된 간주 까마바 패디 간다이나서 열가치레이 되네 배 잡았다가 되네 깔래고 딱 까마바 패그레스 랍송 Karmapa Rigpe Dorjee, Pedi Karmapa Rigpe Dorjee, Tenganjul Koloji Chazang Kosong, Da Pe Jamiki Sinsares, Then Gauram Bujepa, Jagajunite, Jagal Payus, Kasi, Mentauhan Unipe, and Chigrewa, then Lichen Nipa Jaga Payori, then Lich Kosons, and go Dinganju Pe Hal, Tazang Rangla, Pe Halever, Karsanganju, Tazang that shoes at the Pure, Nanju Tazang and Pe. Lonini sumsung la tabangare to the dog ya tasa ya chobul dogri thing and that job the research as some pillar that telling around the chapsa men at the kalekaburi me tasangita gonlo tombu de so te sempam data then the same mabuchung dos.
So before the Chinese before His Holiness flee to Tibet, there are many Tibetans who enters into the Indian border, and we realize the number is quite large than usual. So we have this confusion among us. But then later, when His Holiness Karmapa visited around 1959, His Holiness Karmapa visited the Kagyu Rumtek Monastery, and that time he saw Karmapa have a lot of stories about Chinese invasion, and His Holiness Dalai Lama was fled to India through Tawang, and that's when all the monastic monks are really shocked, and we consider Tibet as the place from where we get education, we also send like 2 to 3, 4 monks every year to Tibet to get education. So when we heard that Tibet was invaded and Dalai Lama fled Tibet, it was a disturbing moment for us.
Do you remember the day and how it was announced?
그때 간주 겸바데 야르가라 시라면 되게 요 말이다. 내가 내게 저번 주변 주당 겸바다고 제겐데 말도 디 야르가 되게 말이시라 도샤 그래. 나 도자래. 나요 말이 간주 봐 동설래 가지디. 그 동설로 까마바 페이르스 그 간주 중중래 봐. 간주 게 땅 마송. 치수 간주 하고니야 자랑디 까마바 페도. 되니 배 가르주 나라양 배 motor chemburi lama chembuchi phe ne ngadu geba thebja chira yure teni nesu khon di ne te samma shi ba da wire teni ngaran zu pe thui juwa hajang dobu da wire song samba chora tende le song lo chungchung ina ya.
That time it's summer and there are only few monks in the monastery, and that time I was in a village, not in a monastery.
Yargare wa
in summer and
vacation tangir konje.
No, and it's like vacation for monks. And that time, His Holiness Karmapa visited Rumtek and his village, my village. So that time I heard all this news, and I felt really disturbing and felt that it's a really bad period for all of us. Even though I'm young, 16 years old, around 16 years old, but I felt there's something wrong and felt
nganju karma ba sanje karma ba nganju gemba thebja la phere hajangi motor chimbu jine re ne ju khong di semba chohang yong du.
In one part is when His Holiness Karmapa visited our small village, it's a huge thing for us, it's a source of happiness for us, but then when we heard the news, it totally saddened us. The whole experience was different. Okay.
And the whole village was sad.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
the Quran to said re. That Karma was again to Nganju the Payugi Mitsugi Jira Jatogu Mara Pillar. The Karma, but the Karma, but Karchenia, Karma, but Chandas Laguri Matichola, Jakalakagurwa. The Karma, but they paid this, the concept some machine, the Vijay. Then they do Shibjaji go on the Denza Shon the pet on the Lumbash on the pay on the Jobuji Jungriwa may say this.
So His Holiness Karmapa lives in Tibet, and when His Holiness Karmapa visited the village, it's
Gumba village Marida.
In monastery, Rumtek Monastery, we felt huge happiness, and it's like unbelievable for us to have Karmapa visit India, but at the same time, it saddened us because His Holiness Karmapa have lost his country, and he have lost his freedom and all.
Thank you very much. Thank you.